Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to HR Repair. This is Hey Ray. Today we have I know what I want to call it, but it probably wouldn't be appropriate on YouTube. I am not a fan of this Chevy Cruze, so we'll just go ahead say what the car is. It is a 2012 Chevy Cruze LTZ. It has the 1.4 liter inline 4 turbocharged ECOTEC motor. Now, I don't know if you've got one of these cars. If you do, and if it's still running, you might want to get rid of it because it may not be running for long. I am not a huge fan of these things, if you haven't gathered that as of now. So I'll just be blatantly honest about it. I hate them. I think they're dumb. I think their design is absolutely dumb. So anyway, plastic outlet housings, plastic antifreeze parts, plastic charge air cooler pipes, plastic valve cover. This one's already got a Dorman valve cover because the other one was bad. It's got a new hose on it, heater hose. Actually, I did that several weeks ago. But this engine we've been chasing oil leaks. It's had a misfire. A customer put on a new coil. That took care of that. And then the misfire came back shortly. So we got another new coil, this time an OEM brand, and it has been working ever since, except for this car overheats. I've already got a little bit of an idea of what's going on, so stay tuned and we'll bring you along. Contact! All right, so here's what the story is on this thing. It was overheating, and he said it overheats periodically going down the road for reasons unknown. So in the past, when I've had that happen, it's had a blow-in head gasket. I think the last one I did had a blow-in head gasket, and it would like just shoot over, max temperature and then drop back down. All kinds of weird things. So I assume that's what it was here. Again, assuming is not a good thing, but we took it out on a test drive. It never overheated for me. However, the check engine light was on. The one fan was running on high speed all the time. So, like we should have done to begin with, we did a code scan. And what we came up with was a P00B7, engine coolant flow insufficient. Okay, why is it insufficient? Well, probably because, at one time I know that this thing was a little bit low in antifreeze, but I think we cleared the code since then. But here's the key to what I think we're going to find with this car. Well, catalyst system low efficiency. Probably a bad catalytic converter. P0597, 598, and 599. Thermostat heater control circuit. What does that mean? This car was engineered by dummies. When I say dummies, I mean engineered by engineers that were eating crayons for lunch. They're smart in one thing and lack common sense. So the thermostat on this thing is a combination of a manual thermostat. The way a thermostat's supposed to work is it restricts the antifreeze flow until the engine gets up to a certain temperature, opens up, allows the coolant to flow out of the engine into the radiator, restricts it again when it cools down, allows the antifreeze in the radiator to cool off. The cycle continues. It's been a trouble-free solution for a long time. I say trouble-free. It's been a decently reliable solution for a long time. Well, now they decided on this thing here, they're going to add some complexity to it. So what I've done, the research I've done shows that this thermostat is controlled electronically by the computer. It has two wires. Turn the key on, it brings positive down here, full-time positive, and then when it wants the thermostat to open or close, it will cycle the ground to the heater control. So that is what I figured out on Identifix. Now, the circuit is controlled, the positive side of the circuit is controlled by fuse number 47 in the fuse box here. So first thing we need to do, obviously, is check fuse number 47, which is this one right here, which is going to be this one right here. Now, let's pull that one out of there. Let's take a look at it. And it is good. Now, we need to also check, make sure it will light up a test light on both sides. Then, let's come over here, and one of these wires should be positive, one should be negative. And also, whenever it's trying to control that thing, it should have a pulsating ground according to Identifix. So, I'm going to get my test light out, get you guys set up here where you can see, hopefully, and let's get to testing this thing. But it all appears like we either have a circuit problem or a thermostat issue. All right, let's see what we've got here. This is negative. I mean, this car is designed dumb enough. I wouldn't be surprised if they made the negative red and the positive black. All right, let's see. Let's turn our ignition on. We'll press and hold the start stop button without pushing in the key, and then that will put the car into service mode. This is the way it is with most GMs with the push to start. Okay, do we have voltage? We do. Okay, now let's come over here to the thermostat and let's see if we have power and ground. Now, if the customer's watching this video, I don't want you to think that you're dumb, or I hope I don't offend you by hating on your car. I just, these Chevy Cruzes in general, I don't like. We're checking for the power, and I don't know which one it is, but one of these should be power. And as we can see, we've got power up to here. Okay, let's try something different here. We'll put my test lead clamp over here on the positive side, and let's just see if we have either a pulsating light or a light that comes on. All right, so we can see we've got a good ground and power. So this is a Dorman thermostat. If I was looking correctly a while ago, yep, right there on the top, it's a Dorman thermostat. I'm going to try and talk the customer into getting a GM thermostat, because OEM is probably maybe better than Dorman. We're going to check and see. So one other way that you can check these is the coil on this. There is no specs for it, but I did find where Identifix would say that there's possibly around 3 ohms. So we could check that, but we know we've got power and ground up to here, and the circuits are good. So we've got a bad thermostat. We need to put a new thermostat in this thing. Yeah, let's see what the customer wants to do. Hey, we're back. Talked to the customer. He said that he just put a new thermostat on this thing, so even more reason to put a ACDelco thermostat. He wants me to go ahead and put an ACDelco thermostat on it and see what happens. I think that's going to fix our problem. We don't see any evidence of combustion in the antifreeze system. There's no, the tank's still kind of yellowish white, so we're good there. I mean, the hose is soft. I'm not seeing any leaks. The antifreeze level's still up. But we know we've got a faulty thermostat coil. Actually, it's a heater coil for the thermostat. Thermostat heater is what they call it. Again, very dumb idea. Don't know why they did it, but whatever, I'll quit rambling. Doesn't do me any good to sit here and complain. This is what we're getting paid to do, right? So I shouldn't complain. It's just so frustrating when engineers have to over-engineer everything. A lot of times it's because they're trying to meet stringent emissions standards, and other times it's just because they had an extra crayon for lunch. So let's get that thermostat ordered. I'll bring you guys back whenever we get that thing in, and we'll get the thing switched out. See if that fixes the problem. All right, so we've got this new thermostat installed. Pretty simple. 3 bolts there, unplug it. It's just real simple. Did it off camera. Didn't see the need to bore you guys with that. I did remove this hose to make it a little easier. So now we have topped off the fluids full of antifreeze. This is our part number straight from GM headquarters. All right, so let's hook up our scan tool here. All right, 2012 Chevrolet Cruze. All right. So what we're looking for is for the 597, 598, and 599, and the P00B7 to go away. Now it says it has not passed since power up, but we'll see. We'll clear these codes. Oh, come on. Scan tool. All right, clear all codes. Let's just see what comes back. Okay, 6-speed automatic. Codes menu. Let's just make sure they're all gone. They are not. Sometimes these things do not want to clear. I don't know, is it because of the snap-on scan tool? I'm telling you, the price I pay for Snap-on, I should not have to deal with some of the stuff I deal with on their electronics. Alright, check engine light is off. We are idling. Let's go ahead, open the garage door. It's going to be dark outside. We've got a couple of friends over tonight. So, let's get moved out of here. Let's see if this thing will heat up any faster than it did. I think it should, technically. And then we'll also make sure that our check engine light does not return, and that our codes do not return. Let's get out of this weasel of vehicles here. We've got more vehicles than you can shake a stick at. Almost took out the front of that truck. Hopefully you guys can see. Alright, let's get going down the road and we'll see what we come up with on this car. I know that previously it took a long time for this car to heat up, which on these they're designed to heat up fairly quickly for emissions reasons. We got a vehicle coming over there. Yeah, we're coming around the section here, and our temperature is already up to where it should be. We have no check engine light. Previously, our fans would run on high. Radiator fan would always run on high. Didn't matter what temperature it was. which that was because of the codes that it had. The 597, 598, and 599 all cause the fans to run on high, and that is just to try to protect the engine as much as possible. So yeah, previously, before, I don't know if I showed it on camera or not, but it took probably close to 10 miles to get the temperature up to the point that it is now. And now we've only went 3 miles and it's already up to 10. So we have got engine temperature coming up the way it should. Now I'm probably going to drive this car home tonight and see what kind of temperatures we run and make sure it doesn't overheat, because last thing I want to do is send this thing back again and it still overheats. So just want to make sure that we're good. We'll continue to drive this thing. I can see that the temperatures have stabilized, and yeah, it came up to temp really quickly, which is what it's designed to do. No check engine light currently. I do expect the check engine light to come back on because it does have a code for P0420, which is a catalyst inefficiency fault. More than likely the catalytic converter is malfunctioning. Now, it could also be because the engine wasn't coming up to temperature correctly. I didn't think about that until just now, so maybe we don't have check engine light after this. That would be great. So I'm going to go ahead and take this thing back, and we'll drive it tonight. I live about 10 miles away from the shop, so this will put a good test to it, I believe, to drive it home and then back to work in the morning. And we should see if we have temperatures that stabilize and make sure our fans don't run on high. So we've driven this thing. I put about 45 miles on this thing just to test drive it, make sure that everything's good. We have no check engine light. We have no overheating issues. This car is good to go. So thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I sure appreciate it. Hopefully this was helpful for you. Tried to explain as good as I could how this thermostat system works on these Chevy Cruzes. Thanks for watching. Catch y'all on the next one. Bye.